to make it, right? So here, dua is very important before Ramadan. And dua should be very sincere also. You ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to extend your life. How many people, they were waiting for Ramadan and they lost this opportunity because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decreed upon them to die in Sha'baan, for example. Okay? How many people? How many people they cannot even make it in Ramadan? I know, subhanAllah, many people they are dying in the month of Sha'baan and before approaching Ramadan. You are having a renewed opportunity every year. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave this ticket for you. This is a ticket for you now to repent and make this and that during the month of Ramadan. And we just neglect it. So dua is very important. Look to how much you are begging, for example, for anyone that is, he has something that is, for example, important for you. You're going to him and begging him, asking him, please do it for me. I cannot do it by myself. So you need to make dua because it strengthens the relation between you and your Lord and strengthen the commitment that you are putting in your heart. This is number 2. Number 3, al-farah, rejoice. Rejoice means that you need to, whenever you are waiting for a special guest, I think that your heart is enjoying this feeling that you are waiting for someone, that you love him. You love him so much, right? This is important for us. This is important for us to have something inside our hearts, make our hearts rejoice by the season that is coming or approaching. I want to make it because I want to explain it more. I want to make an analogy, for example, that if I said to you that after 1 week from now, you are going to have, for example, 1 week off and you are going to travel to another country. And you are going to, this is a kind of gift from your university, company, or whatever. What is your feeling before this? Before the month or before this week? You are going to be happy with this, right? You are rejoicing the feeling. You are rejoicing the feeling that you are waiting and counting down for this specific week, right? Why? Because you are waiting for a kind of enjoyment there. This is the same, that you need to count down the days and rejoice and enjoy the feeling that you're waiting for a blessed month coming, because it is month, as we said, month of Rahmat. So you need to enjoy it. You need to rejoice before it. And after that, inshallah, we're going to rejoice. But for a different purpose, that we have already fulfilled all our obligation during the month, which is coming in the Eid, inshallah. So this is very important for us. Rejoice the feeling. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Yunus, قُلْ بِفَضْلِ اللَّهِ وَبِرَحْمَتِهِ فَبِذَلِكَ فَلْيَفْرَحُوا وَخَيْرٌ مِمَّا يَجْمَعُونَ. That say in the bounty of Allah and His mercy, which is the Quran and Islam. Mercy of Allah in this context of the verse in Surah Yunus, Rahmah, قُلْ بِفَضْلِ اللَّهِ وَبِرَحْمَتِهِ means that the Islam or Quran. Majority of scholars, they are mentioning like this. This is the Rahmah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَلْيَفْرَحُوا. They should rejoice with this. So we should rejoice that we have the Quran, we have the Islam, we have Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the instructions. We should be happy with this. Okay? قُلْ بِفَضْلِ اللَّهِ وَبِرَحْمَتِهِ فَبِذَلِكَ فَلْيَفْرَحُوا وَخَيْرٌ مِمَّا يَجْمَعُونَ. It is better than what they are collecting from the wealth and fortune. This is number 3. Number 4, إِبْرَاءُ الذِّمَّةِ مِنَ الصِّيَامِ الْوَاجِبِ. That discharging your duty from the mandated or mandatory fasting, especially for our sisters during the time of menstruation or whatever, you are not able to fast during Ramadan. You need to make it up during the entire year before the next Ramadan. So you need to work on this. You have to make up all the days that already you lost in Ramadan. The last chance for you is now. It is the month of Sha'ban. So you have to discharge your duty in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We call it إِبْرَاءُ الذِّمَّةِ. Okay, and also for brothers, if you were sick, if you were traveling, if you have some excuse that you couldn't make it in Ramadan for some few days or more or less, in this case, this is the last chance for you to discharge your duty. Okay, إِبْرَاءُ الذِّمَّةِ. Okay, so this is important. And عن أبي سلمة قال سمعت عائشة رضي الله عنها تقول كان يكون علي الصوم في رمضان فما أستطيع أن أقضيه إلا في شعبان. Sayyida Aisha, wife of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said that there were a fasting upon me means that an obligated upon me, I should make it up, and I couldn't do it unless it comes or unless Sha'ban comes and I can make it on Sha'ban. Okay, so this is the month of Sha'ban. Assalamu alaikum. So this is very important. Again, there are the other things that we have done up till now. It was things like preparation and so on. This is an obligation. I mean that it's something that you are going to be held accountable for it. So try to discharge your duty regarding this issue as soon as possible. Okay, Subhanallah, you will find that Allah Subhanahu wa Taala mandated on women in general that to make up the fasting, but do not make up prayers. So in the time that you are not allowed to make anything, you are not allowed to pray, you are not allowed to fast, you are not allowed to recite the Quran or to hold the Quran or whatever, only the siyam is mandated upon you to make it up later on. Okay, so take care, it is a responsibility. Okay. Number 5 is التزود بالعلم ليقف على أحكام الصيام ومعرفة فضل رمضان. You have to increase, this is number 5, increase your knowledge on fasting rulings. Increase your knowledge on fasting rulings. Many things we do not know about fasting. If there's blood comes out of your body, you're going to be fatir or not? If you are vomiting, for example, you are going to be fatir or not? If you are doing something that is not allowed, is it okay or not? Injection, it's okay or not? Okay, there are a lot of things, a lot of asks, a lot of questions that you need to ask in order to know. So it is the best time for you now. If there is a halaqah, this is why I'm saying that during this month of Sha'ban and during the month of Ramadan, we can arrange this class, this short course for the fiqh of siyam. Okay, to know about our deen, about the siyam and so on, because it's most important for us. Okay. And number 6, المسارعة في أنهاء الأعمال التي قد تشغل أو تشغل المسلم في رمضان عن العبادات. During the month of Sha'ban, it's the best time for you to make all the stuff that you need in Ramadan. I mean that, for example, if you want to prepare some food, if you want to buy something, if you want to allocate something, then you should do it now, during the month of Sha'ban. Because if you are doing it right now, you are going to save the time during Ramadan for ibadah and prayers and so on and so forth. So this would be very nice. This would be very nice for you. Now this is the right time for managing your time. We are ummah of the time. We need always to think about this. Managing the time is the most important asset for us as Muslims, as ummah of Islam. You have to manage it well. Okay, this is number 6. Number 7, staying with your family members, your wives, your kids, your colleagues, your classmates, your people or the Muslim brothers in the neighborhood to talk about siyam and the rulings of the siyam and so on. Interchanging or exchanging the knowledge regarding siyam. Okay, this is important to even to let and encourage and urge kids to fast during the Ramadan. If you have kids or if you have your little brother or little sister, for example, then you can do it with him. Okay. Number 8, إعداد بعض الكتب means that prepare some books that you can read during the month of Ramadan and during the month of Sha'ban. Try to prepare some books for this. We have nice books regarding rulings of the fiqh al-siyam, for example. Inshallah, we're going to read it together from al-fiqh al-muyassar as we started before. You can find any other virtues of siyam and so on and so forth. Reading of such kind of stuff is important because, as I said, it enriches and it gives to you the dose that you need before Ramadan. So try to do every way possible for this. And I add to this, not only reading books, you can watch YouTube, for example, clips or some videos or some shuyukh, or listen to someone that you like or whatever. Then it will make this to be something or to urge you toward one direction. Okay? And number 9, one thing before going to number 9 is regarding adab, maybe I can add it inshallah but this is important. Try as much as you can to disconnect yourself from the media. Step by step, okay? It is very important. I'm not saying to you not to see anything, not to look to the news and not to look to the feeds and the posts and the Facebook and so on. I know most of the people, they cannot live with this. But the problem is, look to the righteous predecessors and Sahaba. You and we are always complaining about this, that we do not have time. We do not have time. How the people, the Sahaba, they were doing amazing job regarding recitation of the Quran and ibadah and so on. You feel that as the day, as if it's a week for us, right? Why? Because of barakah, this is number 1. And number 2, they are managing their time very well. Here we call it the thieves of time. We have a lot of factors, things that is stealing our time from us. We are browsing Facebook, looking to YouTube, watching the shows, looking to the drama, going here and there and so on. Why? This is the time. This is the real asset of you is the time. If you are not going to save it, then you will find that you do not have. You will not find any time for recitation of the Quran, for example. You will not find the time for prayer, night prayer, because you do not save your time and you are not managing your time well. So this is a consequence that you have to put in your mind. If you are not going to disconnect yourself step by step from the media, you're not going to find the time for any other stuff that we are talking here. Number 9 is الصيام من شهر شعبان استعدادا لصوم شهر رمضان. Here comes the first thing that I've mentioned before, that if you are going to let the athlete to go into the Olympiad, what we're going to do with him, we're going to put him in practice, in real practice, real tests, so that he is going to be trained before going. It's similar. It's similar. Do not imagine that in the first 2-3 days of Ramadan that you're going to feel well. No. Unless you start in Sha'baan fasting, okay, as we said, Rasulullah ﷺ mentioned that he was fasting almost the entire month of Sha'baan, almost. Okay, as Sayyidah Aisha said. This means what? You're going into Ramadan smoothly. Smoothly, you're not feeling anything. Because fasting for 12 or 14 hours continuously, on the first day of Ramadan, you are going to feel a lot of things in your body, right? Headache, and you cannot concentrate, and you are hungry, thirsty, and you are not having the suhoor, for example, the day before because you slept over. You will find a lot of things. If you have the routine in Sha'ban, it's very smoothly to go into Ramadan. And this is what we discover and realize at the end of Ramadan, that you will find that in 25 days of Ramadan, you are quite fit. Even that you are 14 hours continuously, it's okay. Your stomach is already prepared for this and trained for this. No headache. You can do everything with full energy. So this is why, because of training. Simply because of training. If you're not doing so, you are not finding any problem, inshallah, during the month of Ramadan. And this is the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which Sayyidah Aisha mentioned, which is in al-Bukhari, that ما رأيت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم استكمل صيام شهر إلا رمضان. I haven't seen Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam completed a whole month for fasting except Ramadan. وما رأيته أكثر منه صياما من شهر إلا في شعبان. And I haven't seen him fasting after Ramadan any month more than Sha'ban. Okay? So this is a good opportunity for us now to fast during Sha'ban. Okay? And as we said, regarding the reason, the main 2 reasons, as we said, because all the deeds are raised up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala during this time, during Sha'ban, as we said, on the entire year. And another thing, it is the ulama, they mentioned that it is considered to be sunnah qabliyah. Sunnah qabliyah means that it is a voluntarily kind of act of worship before the real act of worship that you're going to. For example, whenever we are making dhuhr prayer. So we have sunnah qabliyah and we have sunnah ba'diyah, a kind of nawafil before and nawafil after. It's the same for Ramadan. Before it is the month of before the month of Ramadan, there is month of Sha'ban, you are doing a voluntarily act of fasting. And after month of Sha'ban, we have the 6 days of Shawwal, the 6 white days, right? It's considered to be an nafila or voluntarily act of fasting. What is the main reason for this? It makes up any shortage in the real month of Ramadan. So if you, because as you know, what is the main reason for sunnah in general or nawafil? That if we are praying and we are not concentrating or we are not really making the right things during the mandatory or obligatory salah, then if you did sunnah before and sunnah after, it will make up this kind of shortage. The similar fashion here, a similar analogy applies to the month of Ramadan. If you are fasting during the month of Ramadan, then if you did something before and something after, any shortage will be made up because of this. Okay? And the last thing, inshallah, to wrap up before. So it's working?
Yes, it is.
Qira'at al-Quran, which is the recitation of the Quran. Look to the righteous predecessor how they did this. قال سلمة ابن بهي كان يقال شهر شعبان شهر القراء. That one of the righteous predecessors, he said that شهر شعبان, he's talking about Shaban, not Ramadan. شهر شعبان is the month of recitation and the month of the people who are reciting the Quran. Because you are going to do it in Ramadan, so you are going to get prepared now. Another one, which is Amr ibn Qais, he says, إذا دخل شهر شعبان أغلق حانوته وتفرغ لقراءة القرآن. Amr ibn Qais, one of the righteous predecessors, when month of Sha'ban comes, he closed his shop and he was dedicated for recitation of the Quran. Look how he is highly dedicated. Of course, if you are going to apply it to yourself and say that we have different type of work, different type of studies, it's modern life and we cannot do this, yes, I agree. I agree on this. You have to maintain the balance. We are not telling you that stop everything, stop every activity that you are doing, do not study, do not go to work, do not take care of your kids. No, we're not telling you to do so. But the point is to manage your time well. To manage your time well. To find the time to recite the Quran. To find the time to make extra ibadah. To find the time and the effort and exert the effort to make siyam. So this is important for you. Okay, وقال أبو بكر البلخي. There are a lot of narrations regarding this. شهر رجب, شهر الزرع, وشهر شعبان, شهر سقي الزرع, وشهر رمضان, شهر حصاد الزرع. Abu Bakr al-Balkhi, a righteous predecessor, said that during the month of Ramadan, that during the month of Rajab, it is the time of seeding, putting the seeds on the ground and on the earth. وشهر شعبان شهر سقي الزرع. And Sha'ban, it is the time of irrigation, giving or watering this seed. And شهر رمضان شهر حصاد الزرع. It's the time of reaping the fruits and the harvesting. So this is the last thing regarding 10 issues. Now we have mentioned 10 things that you should do or should observe in general before starting the month of Ramadan. Last thing I want to wrap up with, that Laylatul Nisf min Sha'ban, the middle of Sha'ban, you will find a lot of narrations everywhere, but what I'm actually believe in, that there is no لا يصح حديث مرفوع إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم في ليلة النصف من شعبان. There is no authentic hadith. مرفوع means that to Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم, linked to Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم directly. It's no authentic hadith regarding Laylatul Nisf min Sha'ban, the middle of Sha'ban, because many people, they are doing a lot of, we call it bid'ah or something that is not right, to pray and to dedicate the kind of prayer 1000 or 100, something like this, and this is not right at all. The only hadith, there is some of the ulama, like Shaykh al-Albani rahmatullah alayhi, he mentioned this hadith. Actually, he said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala descends and he is looking to the entire people and he forgives all the people unless the person is a disbeliever or he is a disputer, a mushahin. Okay? Actually, this hadith, Imam al-Albani only, he said that it is actually da'if, but he strengthened it and gave it the classification of sahih min majmu' turuqi, from other kinds of paths. But the majority of the ulama, like Ibn Baz and Ibn Uthaymeen and other ulama, they said that no hadith is authentic, and even this hadith is considered to be weak, and other hadiths are considered to be fabricated, so we should not follow them, and there is nothing regarding Laylatul Nisf min Sha'ban. Okay, this is the last thing that I want to. Do you have any questions? Yes?
The zikr you mentioned in the beginning, can you repeat it please?
The what?
The zikr, like the dhikr.
A dhikr? Dhikr for
Going
what?
to the market, right?
Going to the market?
Was it like it was